Thank you, Billy and Henry. My name's Claire Brown and welcome to Centre Stage, where we'll be covering all things music, dance and theatre and putting it into one little package for you. This week we went to Leeds Festival where we got exclusive access to some of the biggest names in music. But that's not all. We also went to Slam Dunk Festival where we sent Heather Nelson, where she spoke to all the different people, bands and soaked up all of the atmosphere. So Heather, what was it like?
From Leeds Student TV, and I'm here in Leeds at the Slam Dunk Festival of 2016, and I'm going to ask the people here today what they think is the best thing about Slam Dunk. This is your first time at Slam Dunk?
I came last year, which is my first time, and I've only bought a ticket to see Mayday Parade, which are my favourite band.
Oh, so just for Mayday Parade?
No, I also want to see Real Friends, Issues, and Of Mice and Men play
awesome.
out, but mainly for Mayday Parade.
And what about you?
I'm a Slam Dunk virgin, first time.
Oh, we're Slam Dunk virgins!
Slam Dunk virgins!
I'm here with Issues, Matty from Memphis Mayfire. Every Time I Die, we're 4 years strong here at Slam Dunk Festival 2016. How are you guys feeling today?
Doing great, doing very well.
Feeling awesome. We landed here about an hour and a half ago came from America, so a little jet lag, tired, but stoked to play.
What are you thinking of it so far? What's your opinion?
It's cool. Like, I mean, just behind the camera, there's this window, and I can see just hundreds and hundreds of people just chilling, waiting to see shows. And it's like, it's kind of nice being at a festival in the UK that's more our bubble. Like before, we played Reading and Leeds, which was, you know, us trying to play to pop fans. But these are people that are actually.
Everyone's here for this.
Yeah, people want to see us here, so that's cool.
They're just like, I feel like there's more music fans.
Yeah.
If that means they're not like as spoiled. You know what I mean? So like, tours go there. You know, it's in American cities like every weekend. Where like here, it's like stuff like this.
It's like once a year.
Yeah. It feels over here like shows are an event, like people look forward to for a while. Where in America, it's like if you don't go to a show, that's an event because you're typically going to a lot of shows.
You know, music lovers are music lovers, you know? And so the longer we're a band and the more we travel the world, the more we realize that, you know, the crowds don't differ that much. When we play South America and stuff like that, people that, you know, crowds that don't get shows nearly as often as the rest of the world, like, it's crazy. But, you know, like, when we come over here, we love it just as much as America. You know, it feels like a second home.
And you're saying about outside the window, but can you see that your album is there on one of the posters? See?
Yeah.
How do you feel seeing that? You've pretty much made it.
I may or may not have taken a selfie with it earlier.
And so what can people expect from the album then? Is it very similar to what you normally sound like? Have you changed it a bit? Yeah, the new one.
Yeah. I mean, the new record, it's definitely more rock influenced. The riffs are, it's still really riffy. It's still a Memphis Mayfire record, but you can tell it's got a new vibe to it, more of a rock influence. You know, a lot of grit in my vocals when I sing, which is something that's kind of progressed on every record, and it just turned out really cool. You know, we went into the record with having 2 months off to write before we did it, so we were really prepared, and it just came out perfect.
And would you say it's probably your favorite album that you've created?
Gosh. I mean, by far. I think it'll be everybody's favorite record as far as I'm concerned. I mean, like, the record turned out exactly how it should have.
So what can people expect from your new album, by the way?
You know, some 13 ripping tracks.
Yeah, 13 of them.
And did it take a long time to kind of put that together?
No. It was actually like, this is the easiest. Like, when we got done like recording it, like I don't think one argument happened the entire time.
Is that rare?
Yeah.
Well, just like with writing, like anytime you're like, you know, if I bring something to the table, obviously I may have more heart in it than if Jordan brings something to the table. And then like him and I have wrote the majority of the music over the years, right? So there's always like a little argument, like I like that riff, I don't like that riff. Okay, well, I like that riff. It's got to stay. And then there was nothing. It was just like, okay, cool, yeah.
It just flowed.
Yeah, it was like the easiest writing process ever.
All right, that's awesome. So would you say it's probably your favorite album?
It's my favorite album for sure. Yeah.
The thing is too that like it's weird. We've been a band for almost 20 years, and like it's just when you're done writing, you don't think that you can do better than the record before, and for some reason we always do. That's just one of those things. Where
So
it's like,
the next album that comes out is going to be better than this one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If right now you think no, there's no way you could top this. Like every time you get done recording a record, you're like, there's no way you're gonna be able to top that next time. But we surprise ourselves. We'll see.
So what can we expect in the future from the new music? Have you got any ideas of?
No, we're working on a fun thing right now. Not necessarily like a new original album, but we're working on something fun that we can't really announce what it is yet.
A little secret.
Yeah, secret stuff.
Today.
Yeah, and then and you know, we've got some cool things planned, and then next year is we're gonna do some cool stuff because it's a 10-year anniversary of a record.
So we've wrapped up with our interviews here for Leeds Student TV, and I don't know about you, but I've had a great time meeting some amazing bands. And right now, if you can see, there is a massive crowd for the next band coming up, so I'm gonna go join them. Thanks for watching.
That was Slam Dunk Festival 2016, and I don't know about you, but Heather looked like she had an absolutely amazing time. But to be fair to her, what's not to love about a festival where there's no mud in the city and no need for wellies? And as a girl, it's absolutely what I love. But what I also love is Leeds Festival, where LSTV got exclusive access where we could speak to the biggest names in the industry.
Carl Shields here for LSTV here at the Leeds Festival Press Day, and as you can see, I'm joined by two fellas who you'd never guess were on the radio, because just look at their faces, definitely not faces for radio. Oscar, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Got some good stuff coming up for you today. Interviews with Adore, REPEL and Dusk.
The LSR guys will be chatting to guys involved in Leeds Festival. Lance, you've got a cutting-edge interview with...
I do. Melvin Ben, the great curator of Leeds Fest.
Tell us more about your sound, basically, and how you decided to come up with such a quiet, loud thing that's pretty distinctive, even for like alternative rock, where quiet, loud is so prominent.
Because of our styles in hardcore punk as what really out there as well, our originality with that, just trying to put everything we've ever liked into our music, really, and we always find it a challenge trying to write songs because we're just that many influences.
How does it feel to have won the centre stage competition at the O2 Academy?
Pretty baffling, to be honest. Like, none of us expected. It was a long night. There was some really good bands on. Like, we didn't think we had a chance.
What would you say to those people who complain or sort of say that it's not what it used to be?
Stop living in the past. I mean, you're getting old, guys, I'm afraid. I would say that actually what Leeds Festival is a relevant music festival of today. It isn't what it used to be. Of course it isn't what it used to be. If it was what it used to be, it would be dead now. Nothing can stand still. I don't stand still, and Leeds Festival doesn't stand still, and the music doesn't stand still. And
the radio boys are back.
Hello.
Did you grab us some good interviews?
Yeah, mate, really fun talking to all the new acts, new up-and-coming acts. Keep your eyes peeled for them at the BBC introducing stage at Leeds Festival.
Biggest Leeds Festival, they're touting it as biggest in a while. Lance, you spoke to the organiser. Are we believing that?
We are believing that. He's believing that, so I'm believing him. And it sounds like it's going to be absolutely great. He's loving the headliners as well. Absolutely loving.